Hi there. We've had quite a lot of new members recently, which is fantastic. Not so many that it's going to make everything weird, but just enough to remind me to make sure that everybody knows exactly what you get from being a VIP member and where to find things. So, not just for the benefit of people who've joined us recently, but for everybody really. I mean, if you've been here since the start, things have evolved quite a lot. So things may have passed you by, or resources and services that you don't use that often. You may not be aware that they are available to you. So I thought I would just pop in and go through everything that you get as a VIP member. Now, you already know about the designer drop-ins, because you know that they're my favourite thing and I'm always banging on about them. You know about the WhatsApp group, because my lord, that is a busy place to be. There is also a Facebook group. You can be in both. Sometimes it's easier for me to post things in Facebook than it is on WhatsApp. You don't have to be in both, but the option is there. I do try and keep both going, although at some point this year I'm going to be taking the website off of WordPress and putting it onto New Zenler, and that will give us a community function. So I'm hoping that we can get everybody all in one place later on this year, but watch this space because the website's enormous and it's taking me a lot longer than I thought it would to get everything pushed over there. So we've got the WhatsApp group, we've got the Facebook group, we've got the designer drop-ins. You know about the lunch and learns that we have roughly once a month. As of this year, we're mixing that up a little bit. So each quarter, we're going to have a traditional lunch and learn with a speaker. We're also going to have an explore session, whether that's using Terry's Transform deck, because you all said you loved that at the Design Festival, or whether we are playing around with a virtual tool. But that's our sort of play, have a go session. And I'll also be throwing in round tables to that as well. So if there is a topic that we particularly want to focus on, that will be going in once a quarter as well. So lots of different things for us to get involved in. And again, I've taken feedback and they're not always going to be on Fridays. I am going to be putting some of them in on Mondays and maybe other days as well. Talking of days, on the members homepage, there is a schedule of events. I do put them in quarterly now. They are always provisional. I do reserve the right to change them if I have to. So, for example, our Explore session in March has been moved because I'm going away for the weekend. So that will be nice. What else do we have? Coaches catch-ups. So if you do a lot of coaching in your role, that is a meeting that Andanella hosts for us, usually on the third Friday of the month, for coaches to discuss any challenges or any techniques or just share their insights. And talking of schedules, actually, I realised that not everybody realises that the designer drop-ins follow this rough pattern. So it's the first Monday, the second Tuesday, the third Wednesday, and the fourth Thursday. If there is a fifth week, I may put one in, or I may use that if I've had to not run one, for example, if I'm on holiday. So if the third Wednesday doesn't happen because I'm away, I'll push that into the fifth week. So that's just so you know. And the times are 1 o'clock on Monday, 3 o'clock on Tuesday, 12 o'clock on Wednesday, and I think 4 o'clock on Thursday. I'm not doing the morning meetings anymore. They were never especially well attended. And of course, as well as all these wonderful meetings, there are very many resources on the website. And this is what's taking the time for me to get over to the new website, because there are hundreds of handouts, exercises, reports, links to videos, links to other websites, things that have been shared. And something else I'm working on in the background as well is all of these wonderful articles that keep getting shared in the groups. I do capture a lot of them on a Flipboard, and the links to that are on the members homepage, I think, certainly included in the regular newsletter, but I am working at putting them into a database so that they are easier for you to access. along similar lines to the list of books that we've got on the book recommendation page on the website. And I bet you forgot that was there as well. So there's a book recommendation page, and I'm going to do the same for the articles that we share, which is why I always seem to be so busy. I think all of these things I'm doing in the background to eventually make everything a lot quicker, easier and less stressful for us all, which is what it's all about. Now, in addition to all of this, I think most of you know that as a VIP member, you get discounted power hours. You will get 20% off, but you have to put a code in and you have to go via the Power Hour website. The reason that I do it that way is obviously the shape of the membership changes. Some people join, some people leave. So it's not a permanent discount. And I do ask you to go through the other website, because otherwise the Training Designers Club website, I think, would just fall down. It would be far too big. So if you haven't come across the Power Hours before, this is the Give Feedback one. Ready written materials for you, everything you need, including your session guide, your workbook, any supporting handouts. And all of this is on the Power Hour website, by the way, so you can see exactly what you can get. And as I say, there's always a 20% discount, and there's 50 topics, and about 20 of them have been converted for virtual delivery as well. So if you're really up against it, please do check out the Power Hours and tell other people about them as well, because they're not just for VIPs, they're for everybody. And I would love to sell more of those. Another thing that you may not be fully aware of is there are online courses on the website. So if you are new-ish to training design, if you've never been taught how to design training, if you're not sure if you're doing it the right way, the most efficient way, then take a look at the online courses. Again, they are available to everybody, but as a VIP member, as long as you're logged into the website, you will get access to those at a discounted price. Some people have said, why don't I include them in my membership? The fact is, not everybody wants them, just the same as not everybody wants the Power Hour materials, which is why it's a discounted product for you. So if you want it, it is there. And I'll hop over and show you exactly what's there and how to get it. So come with me. So here we are on the members homepage, which you should be familiar with. Just to remind you, this is where you get your dates for all our meetings. If you lose the link for the drop-in, just click on that there, and that will take you into the meetings. And the Lunch and Learn link is there as well. I'm still calling it the Lunch and Learn, even though sometimes it's going to be an explore session or a round table. Oh yeah, little request there if you find work to help me out. And of course, you can invite people to trial membership as well. Now, what I wanted to show you from here is along the top, you should have some of these. So we have the online course. Obviously, I'm logged into all of these already, but if you haven't logged into them, it will say enroll, and you can just go and enroll. So any of these that you want to do, I would say if you are new to training design, or if you have any subject matter experts, this design training in 6 simple steps is a really good place to start. This one here, this plan an effective training session, I think gives you the vast majority of what you need if you're only ever going to deliver your own stuff. So it goes into quite a lot of detail through the planning stage. If you're familiar with ADDIE, this is the first D. So ADDIE stands for analysis, design, develop, implement and evaluate. So this is the top level design. And you can see here all of the different things that it goes through. Now, depending on when you're watching this, this is eventually all obviously going to be moved over to New Zenler. But at the moment, this is where it all sits. So if you're struggling as to how to select your content, what to include, how to actually structure it all together, and then it ends with the course outline. So that is a good course. If you want to design in a robust way and it's mainly for you to deliver, I would recommend that one. If you are designing for other people, this one is useful, I think, Design an Effective Training workshop, because this goes into a lot more detail around how you're going to bring things to life, accelerated learning. We touch on Master on this one. There's a whole course on Master, which is my favourite thing. If you've never done it before and you don't want to do this big course, do the short course on Master. It's got a lovely workbook with it as well, and honestly, it will really, I think if you've never really known why something works and why something doesn't, if you've never been taught to design training, I thoroughly recommend that course to you. And I've kept it really low cost as well. But this is for if you want to design for other people. So what should you design, how to do the session plan, different versions of the session plan, whether using Word or Session Lab. So that's a really good one for that. But what I have done is here, design a session plan. I've just taken out that element, expanded it very slightly. So I've kind of just put a magnifying glass on how to design a session plan. So there's a lot of overlap. So what I'm saying is if you do the bigger course, don't do this one as well. If you've never designed a session plan, that is a good course to do. So take a look at these resources here. They will help you to consolidate what you already do, may help you to pick up a few new ideas, some tips, just to, I don't know, just fine tune your skills, I suppose. And that is a great way. And of course, if you haven't come across them before, I'm going back to the members homepage here, looking on the VIP resources, you've got the how-to guides here, which are all written guides that will just help you with specific aspects of training design. Quite a lot under the D there. So lots and lots of things to help you out with your training design. So what else do you get as a VIP member? Another thing, the last thing I think that I want to tell you about is the Design Kickstarter. It became apparent to me that a lot of people in the VIP membership, it's not that you can't do training design, you can, you absolutely can. You're short of ideas, or you're short of time, or you just have too many ideas in your head and you need it all to be sorted out, organised, because sometimes you can get too close to the project, can't you? And you just need that fresh pair of eyes. So one of my favourite services to offer you on a one-to-one basis is my Design Kickstarter. How that works is we have a meeting, an hour, and you empty your brain. You tell me exactly what you're thinking, what your brief is, the ideas that you've got so far, the things that your organisation likes or your client likes. And then I will go away and work that up into a detailed course outline for you. So it's not quite a full session plan, but it's definitely more than a one-page outline. So depending on the length of session that you want me to help you with, there are different prices. So if you're wanting help with the bite size, that's 2 hours or less, that's one price. If you want help with a half day, that's another price. If you want help with scoping out a full day session, that's another price. But the people who've used that service say that it's so helpful because they've got a detailed blueprint that they can then build on. So they can add the finer detail, they can create their own visual aids and just pull it all together without that constantly going around in circles. And the very last thing is kind of linked to that. If you do want to work with me one-to-one, or even if you want to hire me as a training designer, I'm open to it. Maybe you just want to book a couple of hours to go through something that you're working on, to get my input to it, to basically get another pair of eyes, another brain, to ask me to help you to refine it. I am very happy to do that. So I do one-to-one, I call it design coaching. And if you want to hire me to do design, that is very much if I've got the availability and I feel I can do the topic justice. I am very open to having those conversations. So this was meant to be a quick update, but it just goes to show really how much is available to you as a VIP member. And please do take advantage of everything that you can to make your training design quicker, easier and less stressful.